Hello and welcome to Shite Talk, an Irish history podcast interview thing. We're taking a break for the summer after our break where we didn't put anything out. Now we're having a break where we put some things out, where I interviewed some people while Jason was in Texas. And this week it's Kyla Cobbler, a very funny comedian from Cork who's based over in Barcelona. She's a very interesting woman, very funny woman. And she will be doing a live gig in the Cork Opera House next February. So you should if you enjoy this, you should go get tickets for that. It's on February the 17th. So, a Saturday. It's a good weekend out. Right after Valentine's Day. And there'll be a link for those tickets in the description of the episode. And that's it. Yeah. Hope you're enjoying the summer. And we'll chat to you soon. Look.
Gather around now, you're in for a story. Old tales of lore, all in search of a glory. The history and mystery of lads, lasses and all. Discoveries and voyages, the rise and the fall. Follow me now as we go back in time. We trace the steps of Irish lineage to find. Joseph from Carlo and Kevin the dog guide you through the ways of Shite.
Just to send them astray, Loud Leitrim, Longford, Laois. Yeah, that's not really,
because they're the
you
most
don't want to
random.
be on that list,
no.
Particularly.
I mean, I've never been to any of those places. I drove through Loud. My mum is from Antrim, so we would have gone up and down a lot before there was bypasses and highways. So we used to go through all the bottlenecks, and Loud was a cunt.
It really is. Yeah, Drogheda still is a cunt.
And is Drogheda and Dundalk in the same county?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
perfect.
both big rivals. But not today, actually. You might notice that I'm wearing sort of Louth colours. Louth is in the Leinster final in 2 hours.
In 2 hours? Is that why you got the Me to do this podcast now?
Yeah, it probably is.
You got it?
No. But we've never done it before.
That's true.
Well, that's not true. The last time they were in the Leinster final was a very contentious game against Meath.
Contentious is a nice word. What does that mean?
It's a great word. It means that everyone was very pissed off.
Oh yeah, contentious?
Contentious. It almost sounds like cunt.
It does.
Anxious.
Can you say it to someone? Can you say you're contentious?
Can you? You're being contentious.
You're being contentious.
You're being contentious.
You're being...
You can really put a little stink on it.
Crankerous. You know that word?
Crankerous.
I love that word. It's like cranky. Where cranky comes from? Crankerous. Mike Rice taught me that word.
Mike Rice.
Yeah.
That's right. That sounds like... Mike Rice has a lot of fun turns of phrases.
Yeah, he does.
He sounds like he's from the 1920s. Because in many ways he is, I guess.
I mean, he comes from the past.
He comes from the past.
He comes from the past.
Kilkenny. Well, he's not. Yeah, he's on the Carlow border, which is what this flag is about.
Is it?
It's a big Carlow flag.
You have a lot of Irish things. I suppose, Shite Talk Irish.
I know,
podcast.
yeah, it's the whole brand.
Yeah. Now I get it. I'm like, wait a second, it all makes sense.
Hold on. But
there we go.
The time before that, Loud won the Ireland in 1957. They beat Cork.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Furious.
Crankerous.
Contentious.
The whole
array. The whole array of words. I love words.
So you used to drive from Ballincollig to Antrim.
Yeah.
Just to see your grandparents.
Yeah, just one. One of them died.
Just one.
Well, now they're both dead.
That's not even...
But I have 60 cousins.
Oh, yeah.
One of those families. Yeah, I mean, they're Irish Catholic born. My mum was born in 66 in Belfast, McGuinness.
Yeah.
They did it
Yeah, you really need to
know.
Especially in Belfast, you have to double down.
You gotta go hard.
You gotta go hard.
You gotta commit to it. You gotta commit to what you are. You gotta go full Catholic.
You gotta go full, because you're up there.
Emphasis
people are shouting at you
lick.
in the street, and you'd be like, "Well, I may as well fucking do it then."
Yeah, and it was great. I loved going. I think I always said that if I ever moved home, I'd either go rural Cork, like west or east.
Yeah.
Or I'd go to the north.
East Cork. You don't hear many people talk about that.
East Cork is a hidden gem, my friend Kevin.
Yeah, I don't understand Cork really geographically.
Have you been?
I've been many a time.
Oh yeah?
I cycled from Cork City to Killarney all along the coast.
That's stunning.
It's very nice. But where West Cork...
West Cork is
Cork doesn't exist really in my head because it's just West Cork and then North Cork. I don't know what actual Cork is.
Like
Cork City. Well, what? Because you're always talking about... Whenever you're outside of Cork, all you Cork people are like, Cork's just fantastic. You got to go. And then when you get to Cork, they're like, fuck, not that bit of Cork. West Cork. Then you start going into Ballincollig and like not that bit. Like
no,
way
Ballincollig's
Glengarriff.
not. Like so for me, like I left like years ago, so I don't
Yeah.
have like an attachment to. I have a very big attachment to Ireland. Like I love Ireland.
Yeah.
But I would never be like Ballincollig. It's class. Like you should go to like Cork City or like. And now as well, it's become like my thing about being Irish is the land. Is like the coast and the land and the greenery and the air. So like I'm not going to be like, if someone's like, I'm going to Dublin City or Cork City or Galway City, I'm like, yeah, do it.
You should go to Laois, man.
Yeah, like I don't care. Like everything is bistro, everything is flat whites, everything is chorizo. Like it's a different, it has changed since we grew up, you know.
It's all the same. Really,
yeah, it's all the same. Whereas if you go, like East Cork has the Ballycotton walk.
Okay.
The 10k walk, which is like, I am not joking you, Kevin, probably one of the most beautiful. It's like, you know, when you draw Ireland, you can see you can see it. You're like, this is stunning. You know, like it's
well, do you know what else is stunning and no one ever talks about it or too much? The Antrim coastline. You would drive
beautiful.
up to the Giant's Causeway, but we used to go up there as kids, but we drive the A1. Okay. Which is shit. It's just a motorway.
It's shit.
And at the end of the motorway, there's some rocks that look like hexagons. You're like, this is not worth it.
But have you been to the Giant's Causeway?
Oh, I've been many times. It's not good. No.
You don't like the Giant's Causeway?
Boring as fuck.
Really?
Especially as a kid, that's like a good 2-hour drive.
But there's a park.
What park?
There's a play park.
No, there's not. Is there?
I could be lying.
Well,
I suppose we used to do a day of it. We used to probably go. There's a.
Yeah.
I can't remember in the north. There's this massive, like the Ulster.
Yeah, there's also a folk park.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking about that. I think my brain gets. I'm so bad. Sometimes I'm afraid to tell stories. I'm like, am I lying? Because my brain gets so muddled up, and I spent a really long time high.
Oh, sure.
A lot of years of my life just a bit high. So now I'm like, is that? What is that?
Do you remember the park in Ulster with Mickey Mouse and Donald and all the rockets?
There was Eiffel Tower in the middle.
Yeah, that one. Well, I guess as a kid, I remember being brought up there because, you know, my parents wanted to bring us to cultural stuff. I remember once as a kid being brought up there and I refused to get out of the car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so just sat in the car park.
Why?
Because I'd already been there before and it's not good.
That's so sassy.
It's very sassy.
If you were my child, I would have beat this shit out of you.
Oh, by God.
That is so
I was
sassy.
just like, no, just go sit in the car.
How old were you?
Probably like 11, 12, yeah.
I would have left you in there.
I did. They left me in there. Or I can't remember how that
Yeah, but I've
played out.
seen Romeo and Juliet. I'm not going to not go and watch it again.
Yeah, but you're not going to drive. Because now I've done the drive myself, and if you go up the Antrim coast, it's very
Stunning.
nice. People don't talk about it as much, I think, because it's very Protestant.
Have you been to the Aran Islands?
No. I've been to Achill Island.
And?
And what?
How did you find it? Talk to me now.
Sorry,
Time is money, Kevin.
I thought you were just like, and? That wasn't, what are you talking
No, like, and tell me how
Achill,
you felt.
I really liked it, yeah. It's very nice. It's
I want to
beautiful.
go. I stayed at Johnny Spill's gaff.
Yeah.
And I was saying that I want to go to one of those islands, probably Aran Islands, and just write. I want to go for like a week and like just be in it. Do you feel connected to Ireland? I feel so connected to this fucking like the rawness of Ireland. Like I hope it never never loses, because I know it's great that it's like modernized and it's great that there's like beast like all this stuff, but I'm like there's something about rural Ireland when it's like windy or raining and you're like fucking you know, like ancestors.
I mean, we've got a lot of, you know, iced chocolachinos.
We have a lot. I can't get over how modern.
But
also,
like, you mean you drive? I've spent the last 2 days in rural Louth at a wedding.
Stunning.
And you know, you drive about 20 minutes in any direction. You go back.
There's
There's
something, no? How do you feel when you're there?
Oh, great! I've had such a nice time.
It's such a thing. It's just such a reset, isn't it?
Oh my God!
There's times when I'm like traveling, and I live in Barcelona or in Milan as well for 7 years in Milan, which is the never-ending city, because Barcelona, as much as it's a city, will always be a beachside town because you just have the beach at one end. So it's like a peninsula. Like you're never really in that concrete jungle sensation, you know.
I can never find the beach when I'm there. I'm not very good at directions. I kind of just start walking in one way that I think
you can't
the beach
find the
would
beach
be.
in Barcelona.
I know. Is that bad?
Wild. I mean, sorry, love. No, it's not bad. Is it a little bit stupid?
Stupid,
yeah,
maybe.
Tiny bit stupid.
Well, it's not. I mean,
where do you stay? I mean, it's just down.
I've been there. Yeah, it's just down. But
I mean,
what does that mean?
Like
you
if
know?
you're, because Barcelona's on a hill, so if you're standing,
so you keep walking down.
you just literally, and then you can start to smell it.
Yeah. I can smell it.
Have you got to the port?
Listen, I've got there eventually. I went. What's the place north of Barcelona? Badalona.
Barcelona.
Yeah, it's like the
So
Wario to Barcelona's Mario.
Yeah. It's like really small. Like now, Barcelona
I've
beach is
stayed
fucking
there.
disgusting.
Yeah.
It's
But
so
Badalona
disgusting.
Beach was
Stunning.
quite nice.
Stunning. Sure,
yeah.
but that's borderline Costa Brava. Which is an
Um,
exaggeration, but
most of the times I've been to Barcelona, it's been for Primavera.
Primavera
Music
Sound. You one of them
Festival.
heads?
Yeah, it's such. I hate it.
Yeah, it's shit.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
I've been there so many times because I love the music.
Yeah.
And the crack. I can't emphasize how little crack. We're obsessed with that sort of stuff here where it's like, only in Ireland would you have fun.
No.
You go to another festival in another country and you're like, the music's great, it's very well organized, everything's
Yes.
very efficient. This is the worst time I've ever had in my
No
life.
crack. No crack.
Someone gave me a stick once. Do you imagine how much fun you'd have with a stick?
Was it a big stick?
A big stick.
And
I had the stick and I was like, now I have a stick.
Yeah.
That's your
It's
day made at a festival.
Totally.
Security guy came over and took it off me and snapped it in half. The festival would be brought to a halt here. And actually, there'd be
In
issuing
Ireland, we'd be
apologies.
worshipping the stick.
Oh my! I was worshipping the stick.
We'd all be.
There was like 6 Irish people in a 2-mile radius saw me lift up a stick and they're like, "That's where the fun is."
That's the
and
crack.
Then a man took it from me and broke it.
Jose, piece of shit. Well, I honestly, the crack. I talked about this actually on my sets last night about like
Oh,
how,
yeah.
like I go out, like there's so many beautiful men and women in Barcelona, like
Yes.
so many babes,
Yeah.
but like just bleak,
Just
like
bloody, yeah.
dried. And like people think I have, like they're like, you are so charismatic and you're so magnetic, and I'm like, I'm just crack. Like I'm not, like I know for you fucking boring
Yeah,
cunts,
yeah.
I'm incredible, but trust me,
It's
I'm
the
just
same, yeah,
Irish.
Yeah. Like Brazilian people coming over here and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And there's like, "Yeah, I'm just a regular person.
I'm
where I
just a
come from.
regular, yeah. And
I'm
these
just
blue
another.
eyes,
Yeah.
everyone has these bad
This
boys.
is just what the
This
whole
is what we
country
look-
is.
Yeah, and I don't, and it's something I miss tremendously. And
Yeah.
I always thought as well that I would probably end up like being with my like intergalactic soul buddy would be foreign. Like I thought,
Yeah.
like my soulmate would be probably someone from a different place. But I'm like, I think I need someone who's crack. I think I
Yeah.
need, and that doesn't have to be always Irish. I mean, the Australians can be crack.
They can be cracked as well, though.
They can be racist.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, have you been out in Australia then?
Yeah.
You've experienced the racism firsthand.
It's wild, eh?
They're fun.
They're
a
fun.
fun old bunch.
They're fun. Now, what I did, I travelled with the Marys. I
Okay.
travelled around with the Brisbane show, so a big like Funderland vibe.
Yeah.
And I went to the back ass of nowhere. I
Yeah,
travelled
yeah.
all around the Gold Coast, but like not in the, like everyone's like, I went to Perth and I went to Sydney.
Yeah.
And I stayed with all the Irish people. I was like, let's go into Australia.
Uh-huh.
And it was rogue.
It's yeah. I spent 3 months. I drove from Cairns
Cairns?
to down to Adelaide, but just along the coast. A lot of my friends moved out there through various recessions and stuff, and they're always like, "It's so mad. It's just great. It's just sunshine, and like it's so much fun." And you get out there, and they're like, "Yeah, it's actually."
No. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either.
I didn't like
It's like a fuck. I don't know where the stereotype of the laid back surfer Aussie came from. No one surfs.
No,
the
no.
beaches are not that nice.
And it's like, don't go in there because it'll kill you.
yeah, and you see photos of the cliffs and the sea stacks and stuff. They're fucking pathetic.
Yeah. There's
I saw bigger cliffs in Clonhead yesterday.
Literally, they're not, and it's so like, I don't know, and like the food is shit, and like, if you think about it too, the food is shit.
It
The food
is.
is so, and they're so racist, and you're like, bro, if it wasn't for the foreigners, you wouldn't have any culture. Like
There's nothing.
I mean, it's like 500 years old.
In terms of white people, yes.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
even
yeah.
1780 or 90.
Yeah,
They landed there, but yeah, from Cairns to Melbourne is the same distance as London to Istanbul. You spend your whole fucking life going between London and Istanbul,
Yeah,
and you'd
it's
never
so-
stop.
yeah.
I've drove from Melbourne to Cairns. If you go the direct route, you won't see. You'll drive through a town that's like it's home to the world's biggest lobster.
Yeah. You're like, brilliant.
this is great.
This is fun.
Well,
I was
and I
just
mean,
going to
that's
make
not their
that point.
fault.
It is. I was just going to make. I was just going to make that point that like if you look, Australia and Europe are like the same size. They say.
Yeah.
And if you drive through Europe, the abundance of culture and language and
Yeah,
food and everything, like Australia is the amount of times you're driving and you're like, I'm actually going to. It's just nothing.
We used to drive, and you'd get excited for a curve in the road. Do you ever, you'd see it.
You're like, oh my god, what's going on?
Way, like because you'd be on cruise control.
Yeah.
And you're not even doing anything, and you'd be like, oh, in 20 minutes it's going to be slight left. And you're
Yeah.
class. I can't. Do you remember the time we saw the big lobster?
Yeah.
That was
That
great.
was a good time.
That was a genuine.
And it's barren, It's a barren land.
Yeah.
Very barren land. I really miss that. That's my favorite thing about Ireland is when you're like coming in and the tops of the trees.
Yeah.
And they're all green. You're like, I'm just going to it looks like you just like shimmy down into it or something. I'm like, oh my God, get me back.
I feel like I didn't give Australia a fair shake, but I remember Melbourne's a cool city, but
Melbourne is a cool city. I lived in Melbourne for a while. It was probably my favorite place.
Yeah, it's nice, but people are like, it's great. Melbourne's just like a European city.
So,
well, it is, but you know what else is like a European city? All the ones in fucking Europe.
Yeah, and
why'd you go to? You go to if you want to go to London.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Don't fly all the way around the world.
Or Barcelona if you wanted. And it's so far away. The time thing, and as well, the thing that got me. Now I went. I mean, this is over. If I'm 33, I was 18 when I went. So like, whatever, like. But when I went, it was like, there's so much money. You can make so much money. My friend went, now he has a gaff and he bought this. And I was like, all right, well, I'll definitely go because it's during the recession. Whenever.
Yeah.
And then you go and like, you can make loads of money. You got to work loads though.
Yeah, it's also very expensive.
Yeah, like, so it's not like you make all this money and then, but you have to work all the time. And then they live, it's the exact same. Because that's something about Ireland that I really struggle with is the weekend culture. Of like, it's the weekend, let's get fought. Like, I don't have that. And I'll say, I'm obviously in recovery as well. I'm sober. So now way different. But even when I was drinking, I hate this thing of Friday nights.
Yeah.
Like, and I always worked in hospitality, so thankfully I never went out anyway on weekends. I always worked them.
Sure.
But I'm way more of a Tuesday, Wednesday person. Like, and why do I have to wait? And in Australia, it is the epitome of that.
Just Friday work culture.
Oh my God.
I can't say. I don't know if I experienced that. I spent a lot of time living on top of a Jeep, so there's not really much.
Did you have those tents on top of the cars? I love them.
They're pretty good.
They're fucking cool. And also I like the idea of sleeping up high.
It's kind of fun. Until the mosquitoes get in and you're like, it's fucking not as much crack.
Did you see any big spiders?
No, even that, right. It's not that this is because you don't want to see the big spiders and stuff. I didn't see any of that stuff. So I saw lots of fucking road-killed kangaroos.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Yeah,
you don't see the snakes and the spiders and stuff.
I saw a lot of... I got bit by a snake there.
Did you?
Yeah, I got bit in the ankle by a little brown belly python.
I'm jealous.
You should be. I got superpowers after it.
Nice. You got the powers of a snake.
I'm a snake.
You can.
I can swallow a goat hole.
Yeah.
Deep throat like a motherfucker.
Until people walk over your house and you jump up and grab them, hold them down.
Yeah. And as well, I was working on. So for the second year visa, I did the 88 days farm work. That was probably the funnest time I had. I was in Margaret River.
You enjoyed the farm work stuff?
I didn't enjoy the farm work itself. Was exhausting, but the vibe of like being in the working hostel with other people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Doing the 88 days together, like, and I was so young, I had energy coming out my fucking ball sack. Like I was 90, up to 90 even. So doing that was probably the fun, and I met a guy that I really liked as well.
Yeah.
So that was all, and he was like Italian, and I didn't even. I was like, he had brown eyes, and it's like my first time seeing like foreigner.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is amazing, you know. So when I was there,
he was like in Italy, they all looked like me.
But literally, yeah. No, do you know what? Matteo was, and he still is, an absolute fucking babe.
Fair play to you, Matteo.
Legend Matteo. Shout out to Matteo Milani. I moved to Italy for him. Yeah. But when I was doing the grape picking, and I ended up chatting away to all the farmers, and they were saying, if you do the night harvesting, you get way more money. Now you have to work the night, but you get way more money, like way more.
Okay.
And you just get more money. So if you want to do that, I can put you in contact with this guy. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. So I go on this big combine harvester. It's the middle of the night. There's like these big floodlights, and you have to the big machine takes the grapes in it, and you've got to push down. That was my job. I stood on top of the big machine, just push down the things, with all the lads, and it was class. And then I'm doing it one night, and I turn around, and there's a huntsman spider.
Oh shit!
Now the huntsman spider isn't dangerous.
Yeah,
Kevin, I have never in my life seen anything that big.
Really?
It had like calves, thighs, fingers. It was like
it was wearing runners.
It was jacked, bro.
No
like
way.
it was jacked. It was just there, and I was like, and I froze like, and I'm not like, I would never kill a spider or anything like that, or like, but I'm not. A cockroach is my thing, give me kind of heebie-jeebies. The rest I can kind of live with. Like if there's a spider in my gaff, I'd be like, I'm just going to turn around, you hide, and just let me be, But I couldn't move, and I was like, Martin, and then he looked at it, and he's like, fuck, and he gets it, and he just goes like this, and then through the floodlights you see this fucking huntsman just being boomerang. I was like, it was I have to say very unnerving.
I would say so.
Very big.
If it's not dangerous to humans, why do they call it the huntsman spider?
I'm guessing someone who discovered it was probably Huntsman.
Oh, right.
Because Huntsman would have been, because that's Scandinavian, no? Like, what's your mom's name? No, like men and daughter, or like son.
Oh, yeah.
So if your father was called Hunt and your Huntson, blah, 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 or, you know, so you'd be like Nolson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe it was something to do with someone who discovered it.
Maybe. But I'm glad I didn't come across. I can't remember. Yeah, I wouldn't kill a spider either. I killed silverfish. That's my one fish. Not fish.
What's
bug.
a silverfish? Oh, the little
scuttly things, and
they're
they
very
eat.
scuttly. Scuttly is a great word.
Yeah, it is a great word.
Yeah, scuttly. It's very vivid. I can understand what you mean straight away.
Yeah. They eat paper, which is not good.
No, it's not.
No. So they're the only things.
Did they originally eat wood and then just find paper easier?
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they've always eaten paper, but they're just
it's
really
like
hungry
smoothie.
for millions of years.
Yeah.
Shit.
yeah.
Do you hear about these things called libraries? We're fucking
we're sorted, lads. What do you can eat buffet? Yeah, there's certain bugs you have to. Now here I have to say the spiders are impressive. Big spiders in Ireland.
Yeah, they're getting bigger.
They're
probably importing them over from Australia. I feel like we've been very negative about Australia for quite a while there. I think I'm just jealous of it because it took a lot of my friends.
I'm not jealous of it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I do remember driving 7 hours to see, what is it called? The 12 Apostles. This like sea stacks.
Oh.
But like half of them are gone, so not even 12. And I saw photos of them, and then you get there and you're like, is this fucking it?
Are you for fucking real?
Is this a fucking...
Are you for fucking real?
Cliff.
Do you know what?
You show this to people and you're happy about that.
You made us drive it. You know what? I have to.
Far.
I've got a bow in my head as well because I didn't go and see anything. I didn't see any of the stuff.
What stuff? The big lobster. The fucking cliff that you wouldn't even sneeze at if it was here.
Yeah, because Ireland has so many hidden gems. I can't wait to meet someone and like bring them back here.
Yeah.
And be like, look at this.
Wait till you see.
Because it's like Lough Ine. Have you been to Lough Ine in Cork?
No.
It's the biggest salt lake in Europe. So because it's so unique, the biggest salt lake in Europe, and because it's so unique and it's like biomarine life, it has some of the most rarest things ever.
Was that the one with the glowy algae and stuff?
It's so cool.
I cycled past it.
It's so cool. That walk is like, my mum lives in West Cork with her partner, Sean, and it's like, it's so beautiful. Yeah. There's just nothing and I've always been super haunted. Every time I come back, there's like this beautiful weather, really sunny. Like, I think it's my granny or something. It's very, we went Glengariff. I saw a photo of Glengariff years ago and I was like, I'd like to see what that's about. It's a very nice town. Yeah, Glengariff is cute. The last time I went to a beach near there was a girl on this white horse. She was like fucking turning oak.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
That's...
Am I leaning into the myths?
I was thinking of this. I was remembering this the other day. I drove around Italy a few years ago, and I don't remember what the town was. There's a town in the middle of, it must be, I don't know, near Tuscany, but there's like natural springs.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
But
Firenze, in Florence.
It's outside Florence. I can't remember, but it's a small town in the middle of nowhere, and we hadn't seen any Irish people or anything in ages there. And I think because of the springs, we went into the town and there was a pizza place called Tiernan Oak.
No way.
And I was like, no fucking way. Tiernan Oak, the boys. And we ran in. We're like, what's the story, lads?
Yeah.
They had no
clue.
No clue.
No clue.
I don't know where they got the name from. They're all Italians. And they're like,
what? They didn't know about the legend. I was like,
Tiernan Oak, boy. And they're like,
no way.
Yes, it's a pizza place. Yes. I guess they must have just, because natural springs or something. That's
but
not
it's natural springs in Tiernan Oak? I don't think
not
it
really.
is.
Just the fountain of life.
Yeah.
Youth? I don't know. They must have just fucking Googled things that sound interesting. Or maybe it's an Italian word that I didn't understand.
No,
like
I speak Italian.
Oh yeah? And that's not anything?
No, it's nothing.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Pretty disappointing. I've been away from Ireland for a while then. I was like, this is going to be great.
It's funny how excited we get to meet other Irish people, isn't it, when we're away? That's my favourite thing about being Irish.
I've been laughing at, because we run a comedy club in Temple Bar, and there's a McDonald's in Temple Bar, and I love overhearing Americans just being like, I want to check it out. I just want to see what it's like here. And they're always like, fucking... That's pathetic coming all the way here. Yeah. But then every Irish... Like, I ran into a pizza place called Tiernan Oak being like, yeah, Irish pizza. Nice. You see a bar called Dubliners in fucking rural Greece and you're like, abso-fucking-lutely. Let's go drink the Guinness here and then complain about how it's not
how
good.
How shit it is, That's what we do, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, why the McDonald's to Americans, that's their culture.
I would love to have a McDonald's in America. Have you been to America?
Yes. But I don't think I've been to McDonald's there.
Apparently their small is our large.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
That's true of everything of theirs.
Really, just massive.
Everything is bigger. Their cars, their roads, their guns.
Their guns. I'd be so scared if I lived in a place where guns was like that.
I know. Yeah.
You think it's as bad as it seems?
I don't know. Yeah, obviously we only get a bit of the news. But I mean,
we get all the scandalous, crazy stuff, obviously.
Yeah. And the place is fucking huge.
Massive.
It's like bigger. It'd be like if you took all of Europe and Northern Africa and then reported all the crimes and then kept telling them to us.
Yeah,
like me living in South Dublin, and they're just like, "Did you hear what happened in Egypt the other day?
Yeah,
you must be scared."
That's actually such a good way of putting it.
Yeah, because even Jason's in Texas now, and I saw some news story about like active shooter in a mall in Texas. I was like, Jesus, I hope he's all right. And I thought about it for a second, like. Again, that'd be like if there's riots in Paris at the minute. He's not calling back, being like, "You're right, Jesus.
Okay?
Did you get burnt on the Champs-Élysées?"
My granny Connors, every time there was an earthquake, there's a place in Italy, in South Italy, that earthquakes hit really badly all the time. And every time there's like a shooting, she's like, "You all right, Kyla?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. Yeah, with Milan. I'm like next to Switzerland. Don't worry about it." Like,
it's grand.
So you know what I mean. So that's actually a very, very fair way. I guess because they all speak the same language, we tend to bunch it together as like a small American place. But I mean, it's fucking massive.
I keep writing them letters, and I'm like, you should just split up, bro. Don't worry about it. Get united. What about the ununited states?
Ununited states.
What about just the
on a break states?
On a break states.
The
just
break
go.
States.
You're clearly it's not working out too well for you.
It's not working out.
You don't seem happy.
Also, one president of all that. I never thought of it like that. You put it that in my mind. I'm like, that's insane. That there's only one person.
Huge. Just a lot of them don't seem to just let Texas be its own thing.
I mean, texting people every time you ask if are you doing comedy and you're like, where are you from? And if they're not from Texas or just from America, they'll say America. And you ask them, anyone from Texas, I'm from Texas.
I'm Texas.
It's like a different thing.
Yeah. Which
like Texan.
I would also say people from Cork say that.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I'm from Cork.
Yeah, I'm from Cork. I'm from West Cork.
I love Cork, not Cork. Those t-shirts. Have you seen them?
No.
It's like an outline of Ireland. It says Cork and it's just not Cork.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that's like sold on the side of the road on the way to.
They're good.
Yeah,
but I do think that Cork is beautiful.
It is. No, it is beautiful,
and it is. It's just because it's massive.
It's huge.
It's massive. Like my sister's east, my mom is west, and it takes us like hours to get from, and it's the same county.
I was writing that story about Mallow earlier, and I was like, "Shit's only down the road from." It's like half an hour from Ballincollig, and you're not even.
Man, I used to do cross country running, and we'd be fucking miles, hours on the road.
My brother works in Ballincollig in the pharmacy there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he likes it.
Does he like it? What's your brother's
he doesn't.
name?
He's moving to Trim.
Where's Trim?
Exactly.
Oh.
It's, Meath, far away.
How many siblings do you have?
3.
Oh, nice. Middle.
I'm 3 or 4. I'm top.
You're the oldest.
Oldest.
Wow, you're very calm.
Yeah. Is that not normal?
I don't know, to be honest. I'm the middle.
Yeah.
But I do think, I never thought that was a thing. And then I'm watching a comedy. I love watching these little comedy things like middle child, youngest child thing. And I'm like, oh, that is quite relevant. That is quite like...
The oldest is like the guinea pig. You get a lot of stuff. You get the best and worst of it because they try stuff on you. There's more photos of me than my youngest sisters because by the time they came along, it's like, the novelty's gone. Also, you haven't slept in 5 years. You don't really care as much.
You think you're going to be a dad? Is that too personal?
No, I've spent the last 2 days at a wedding, so my head's all like mumbled up with like stuff.
How old
very
are you?
Emotional. 31.
Yeah, I guess as well, because it's like the thing. It's like you get to the age and it does just kind of come into your mind. You're like, oh shit, I guess like life.
Yeah. I like in theory, I'd be like, yeah, definitely, I love it. And then if you ask me on any given day, I was like, well, not now, obviously.
I guess
I've got a podcast to do. Yeah. It's never the right time. You know what? I can barely. There's some dead lettuce over there that my dad gave me too. Yeah, that's
But then it's like, I think you just like, I see so many people. I used to work in like high fashion in Milan, in like Dolce & Gabbana.
Which is just like the only industry there.
Yeah, basically. And I met really rich people, and not like people who've been rich, like old money, like Saudi Arabia, like Prince of Malta, this kind of vibe. Nice. And I've met, and they come in families, you see generational families, and you see these children who are born into this money, and they've all this money, but they're fucking brats, like they're just absolute wagons.
Yeah.
So like this idea of like needing to have financial stability before having a child, and of course there needs to be something there, of course.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot to be said for love. You know?
That's true. But
I'm not saying you should have a child.
Yeah. Because love would certainly be put to the test if, because I'm an unemployed podcaster / comedian. Yeah. Which is, Are
you doing this full time? That's cool.
Yeah. Which is child rearing money.
No, it's not child rearing.
I've gotten to pints money, which for a while I'm happy with that. Call around, Jesus, no.
No, not that never. No.
Maybe like a small round. Yeah. Like if there's like 4 people. Me. Yeah.
Just one drink.
Yeah. I used to work in a bank, and that was when like you get around in.
God, that must have been awful for your creativity, was it?
Yeah.
That's soul destroying when you're like, this isn't my calling. I'm an artist.
I don't think I have a calling or anything. I just like this is more fun.
What's creativity though?
I liked the software. I just did software development for them.
Oh really?
And it's just like,
oh, okay, you didn't work as like a teller.
No, I don't think I could do I never really understood the finance bit. I just did the data stuff.
That's cool.
And they'd be like, program a bond. I'm like,
sure.
What the fuck I don't understand. A lot of it didn't make any sense to me because a lot of it is like, that can't be right because why does that exist? And I go, it's just made up to make money. And that's the reason for a lot of it.
Oh, but sure, it's all nonsense. I mean, if we didn't believe in it, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? When you start like tripping on it, you're like, oh, fucking shit,
you keep scratching and be like, no, there must be something actual concrete. Oh no, it's just
literally
a fucking whim to make millions.
Yeah, to make fucking millions. It's good.
Yeah. Arbitrage, that's a fun word.
Arbitrage. Like
yeah, I never really understood what it meant. I think like if you switch like dollars to euros, and you just keep doing that really quickly, there's little minuscule differences. And you can make a little bit of money off it.
Oh, really?
It's called arbitrage.
Oh.
You know how we have to like work for every bit of money really hard.
Yeah.
And then someone can just be like, dollar euro, dollar euro, dollar euro, dollar euro. Oh, I'm a millionaire.
Fuck off. Arbitrage. You know what I would love? Arbitrage. I can't even say it. I feel like my brain won't accept it. It's
filthy.
I wish I was in the days where bank robberies were still a thing.
Yeah.
I think that's sick.
Who's the... I'm just going to say Jesse James because he's like the only one I know. Do you know the guys are like Billy the Kid and they'd like burn the mortgage? They go into the bank, they take the money, but they'd like burn all the mortgage documents as well.
Yeah, legends.
So that all the locals.
Legends.
That's so smart.
That's so nice as well because then you're like, keep robbing banks, bro.
The more cynical part of me is like, yeah, it's nice, but it's also like, you know who's not going to turn you in? The person who you just saved.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
So
grand. You're doing it for the people.
Oh yeah, you're doing it so that
you know what I mean.
Scratching each other's backs.
This is it. You know what I mean. I know a man that robbed a bank.
Oh yeah,
I do. I know a man that robbed a bank. I used to work in the cannabis industry, and I met some very curious characters because it's at a point now the cannabis industry where it is innovative and incredible and thriving, but then you're still in that moment of like. There's still a lot of like Dutch criminals who are smugglers from Kathmandu from years ago who are like, this is my plant, you know, like blah, blah. So I met a lot of those dudes and I met one guy who was just the coolest guy, like not cool, but like very cool.
Pretty cool.
And he robbed a bank and I remember him telling about me and I was like, that's so sick. Like did it old school, like robbed a bank, like bust in,
revolve,
held everyone up, like get on the floor, get on the floor. Did you ever see The Town with Ben Affleck?
Yeah, it's a terrible film.
Really?
I don't like it.
Well, I'm not a film person. I'm pissing into the wind with me. I'm so bad.
Yeah.
I was talking to Mike about that yesterday. I was like, are they going to talk about movies? Because I'm like an imposter in this generation of people. I know nothing. I loved The Town.
Yeah.
That would give you kind of an idea. I was like, oh my God, it's so romantic.
That I don't like that sort of. I don't like romance plots in films. Yeah, because she's FBI agent or something.
No, she's just a bank teller who moves into like a ship in the neighborhood.
Yeah. And he pretends to date her so he can learn about the bank.
No, he doesn't.
Does he not?
He saves her and then he does end up, I can't remember the plot now, but he does end up dating her.
Yeah.
But not, I think he's like, I can't remember why.
I think there's something. I just remember their whole relationship is based on not only a lie but also like some sort of trauma. Like like she's having panic attacks.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
The robbery,
and then he
and
somehow
like,
gets
I don't know.
this. Yeah,
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah,
and then at the end, she still like goes to bat for him.
Yeah.
Which is not. And it's
she goes to the orange. They have like an orange field or something.
Yeah, and she gets the money.
Or like an orto. I don't know how to say like a little city garden.
A little orto.
A little orto. What do they call them in English?
Flower pot.
Shut up.
I don't know. Allotment, is it?
Allotment.
Yeah,
Good man.
yeah. Allotment.
And then underneath allotments, mince a lot.
Allotments.
Sir mince a lot.
And if you grow a lot of mint in it, then you got an allotment of allotments.
Comedy 101.
Yeah. I had a point to make about an hour ago about Achill. You were on about the Aran Islands.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus, that we went on a tangent there.
We did. But yeah, have you been out to them?
I haven't been to any of the islands. That's something I really want to do is that I'm doing the Opera House in February.
Yeah.
And
oh yes, I saw. That's very impressive.
That's huge.
Very great.
That's huge.
Yeah,
it's huge. So I'm doing that in February and then and then I'm going to get some money from that and then I want to do I just want to go around Ireland a bit. Like I just want to go to like places and see Ireland and
well, you could go out to Clear Island, Bear Island.
Yeah,
they're
just all of them.
Nice, yeah. Achill is fun because you can drive to it.
Yeah.
You don't have to get a boat, which is handy.
Well, then it's not an island, is it?
It is. It's an island, but you would be, you could get on it accidentally. Like it's a long bridge.
Okay.
But you wouldn't notice that you're on an island unless someone told you.
That's so cool.
Yeah. But I was there. I was thinking about it recently because it's Eurovision time.
Yeah.
At the minute. Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you watch that?
I don't even have a TV.
No.
I don't have Wi-Fi. I'm going to get some though because I want to write a book.
But what? Oh, and you need to research stuff.
I mean, I guess I just need it, right, for comedy.
No. You seem to be doing. Wait, but you've got social media.
I have my Instagram as my thing.
Yeah.
I don't have
But you just
Twitter. I
don't.
don't have TikTok. I do, but I don't have it on my phone or anything.
I don't.
It's the beast. It's the devil. I
It's-
absolutely hate it. I hate what it's doing to comedy. I hate what it's doing to crowds.
It's ruined. We don't have Twitter for the podcast, and it feels too late now.
Don't do it.
I think we waited it out because now it seems like it's gone.
Yeah.
It seems to be the most
It's
insane.
a cesspit.
Yeah.
It's a fucking cesspit. And people are like, you need it, and you do, grand, fine. But it depends
Yeah.
what you're looking for.
That's
It
true.
depends what you're looking for from what you put out into the world, what you're creating, why you're creating,
Yeah.
why you want to be a creative. Like, it depends on all that. But like, I can't, like, because I go under pressure sometimes when people are like, Kyla, you need to like use this momentum. And like, I've always done everything really organically and based on like my gut feeling, and it's gotten to me where I need to be. I'm like, I just want to sell tickets and perform.
And
I
you
just wanna
don't need
perform.
the 12-second videos to do
No,
that.
and it makes you feel. And then as well, now what's happening is that you have people coming to audience. I perform around Europe a lot, like less here, but more in like I go to Zurich and Luxembourg, Berlin, whatever. And in those situations, you find audience members heckling all the time because they're seeing these crowd work clips and thinking
they think
that
that's good.
And like, that's not comedy.
No. That always seems insane because they're always like, people do it on purpose and they're like, I just want to be part of the show. Even in the heckle videos, you never see one of the videos where everyone like pats the heckler on the back and it's like, good work, chief.
Yeah. No.
Also, that's not what heckling. Most hecklers, they don't like say something succinct to you.
No.
They just say something incoherent.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can't really respond to that.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just sort of talking at you.
It's just nonsense.
Yeah.
It's just nonsense. It's just these people that just want to be comedians and just aren't comedians.
I had a woman interrupt my show the other day to ask me what shampoo I use. And what the fuck do you do with that?
Like,
Because it's not a heckle, it's just a drunk woman.
I'm chasing my dreams. Fuck off. It's not the time.
It's not, but it's just like a woman wanted to interrupt me to ask a question.
Jesus Christ. What are you even like? But people, I don't think people see, I think people forget it's live performance.
Yeah.
I honestly do. I think people are kind of like, are you lost? Like,
because you're talking to them. We spend so much time in and around comedy that I think I kind of forget that if I wasn't doing this, you'd be like, yeah, what the fuck is it? You go to a room and then someone talks at you and you talk back to them. It's a crime.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I shout at musicians all the time.
Yeah. I sing along to their stuff.
Yeah,
I have no problem. I love crowd. I do a lot of crowd work. Like, I do a lot of crowd work. I love crowd interaction. I think it's really fun. I think it keeps things present as well.
Yeah.
100%. But like, I just like, and you know what as well? Sometimes you just know. You'll see them when you're doing the tickets on the door. You're like, you're going to be a nightmare. You just feel it, you know. Because there's people I think who get involved, or like people who like, and especially if you're like trying to move premise and you have a question to ask and you're like, where are you from? You're like, well, my dad. You're like, no,
too long.
shut it down. You know, like there's certain things. I don't know. I just feel like, I do get that. And I, as well, before I started comedy, I was ignorant as well. I didn't know. Kind of the behaviors or like certain ways of doing things, and I guess we take it for granted because we're just in it.
You're there. But like, if I went to the opera, I'd do something wrong. And people like, oh my god, you can't. You can't spit at the stage.
Oh, so you can't just like bust a beatbox out.
Oh,
you can't remix an opera.
Yeah, I thought it was the fucking opera.
I thought that this was creative expression, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like.
What, I can't eat pizza at the opera. It's fucking Italian, bro. Get off me. Greedy. But it'd be nice. I don't think you could go out to the islands and just
I just want to be. I just feel it's calling me. I would love to like I love psychedelics.
Yeah.
And I would love to like trip
on the islands.
Yeah, I feel like that would be very in contact with, and I do it properly as well. Sometimes I do it like bullshitty where I'm like, let's just get high. But like sometimes I'm like, let's like do a fucking ritual. Like sometimes they call you back.
Yeah.
They're like, do you trip?
I used to, and I haven't done it in a long time, because I went
nuts
too far.
Too in.
Yeah. Which is that. But I like I always find it funny when people are like, I'm gonna go to an island or even an art museum or something and trip. Is like, you just fucking should go sit in a blank room and trip.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
I
the
can't
same.
Indoors, nothing. Like I need to be out with the trees. That's the only time I get the like spiritual like aspect of it, is when I'm like outdoors with other things that are breathing. but aren't necessarily human. You know, that's the only time I see it where I'm like, holy shit, this is incredible.
I find that I kind of got off of it when I realized that I was just like, you know, I'd have revelations or stuff. And I realized afterwards, like, that's just what, you know, that's what my brain wants.
Yeah.
And just because I thought of it when I was tripping doesn't mean that it's actually smart.
Yeah,
it's just like, I want to eat a burger.
Yeah, no, totally. And that I completely understand. But I haven't tripped. The last time I tripped was, I say, about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I did it in the Alps and it was amazing. And then all this journey back to Ireland, this little few days in Dublin has given me, I can just, sometimes I'm like, I need to do it. I need to like, I feel it, you know what I mean? And I don't get fucked, I don't like.
Yeah, but it does, it washes you out. That's the wrong. It's very nice. It's like it cleans you.
It does clean you, and it's fun. And I think mushrooms are such a beautiful. Because I used to be a big LSD head.
Yeah.
Dangerous game. Dangerous game.
It's a lot of, because you don't know measurements and stuff. It's not exactly accredited.
It's just like the last time I did it was just like I was like, oh my god, I'm never going to come back. I'm never going to land again. Yeah.
Usually there's a point where you're like, this is pretty good. I'm enjoying this, and that's like notch 2 of 10. And after a while, you'll be like, that's actually.
But that's why I go hiking. I can't sit. People are like, I just stayed at my house and took LSD. I'm like, you fucking psychopath.
You're a lunatic.
You're a fucking psychopath. I don't want to be alone with it.
7 hours is too long to do anything. I wouldn't watch a 7-hour film, let alone one that's in my brain and won't stop.
My last trip, it was 13 hours up in the Alps.
Wouldn't listen to a fucking 13.
13 hours. And I was like, and then I was like, I think I'm fine. And I was like,
that's not good.
It's crazy. But with the shrooms, I think like apparently like 4 or 5 grams of shrooms. You're up there like 6-7 hours. And you're chill.
Even 6 to 7 hours. Imagine listening to a 7-hour podcast.
Yeah, but it's not the same thing.
No, I know you're right.
Because like the sensory, That's like oh, you could do that with anything. Like it was like
imagine having a 7-hour bath.
Yeah. You're like okay, but like that's
just
not
another
like,
thing.
That's just a concept of time. That isn't like it's like a different sensory thing. I don't know. I just think as Irish people, I don't know. Is it because I've left the island? It's like I come back and I have this like urge to like just leave me melt into the moss. Just leave me on the trees. Like I just have such a connection to that side of it that like I would love. I've never tripped here.
Interesting. It'd be, did you find you always want to get like one big experience when you come back here?
What do you mean?
Or does it just happen organically? Like you go and do you need to look at a tree? No, just in general when you come back to Ireland, go and look at a tree and be like, I am back now.
Yeah, I know.
Or is it like straight Dublin Airport?
No. It's the minute I just get into, it's nature. Because there is, and I've been really lucky with my life. I've been to places, you know what I mean? I've gone to a lot of places and a lot of like forests and things, but there is something about this place that is like, and I don't know, is it because for me as an Irish woman, I always think of like, I come from Irish people, like I don't have any other kind of like influence in my life, you know. And like way back when, it's always been Ireland, so it's like for me the idea that my ancestors survived here when there was no heating, you know, or like that I come from a family of Irish people that like stayed on the island, because you know sometimes like it's fucking hostile.
Oh, it's bad.
Like it's like people are like, when's the best time to go to Ireland? I'm like, during the leaving cert.
Yeah, maybe.
Seems to be solid.
Whenever that's in.
The September, like that's usually when it's hot, like, but or June, whatever. But like I'm like we come from like
just
sturdy fuckers, like.
But even history wise, it's just like,
you know,
there's such a culture of emigration, but our ancestors had so many opportunities to leave during horrible stuff, and they're like, let's just stay here in the damp rock.
We'll just stick it out.
Let's just see what happens. It might be nice in a couple of months for a day.
You know, and like that to me is like, that is, and I think that's so much. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I think I've got through a lot of the things in my life and a lot of situations where it probably could have crumbled because I have that blood, or like, I know I sound very hippy-dippy, but I really do feel like that.
But it's even just evolutionary traits that we're descended from people who had many opportunities to quit and have a cushy life. They didn't.
We didn't.
It breeds misery and contempt, but also a certain kind of hardiness, probably.
And great crack.
We're
great crack.
You gotta find the joy in between bits.
Yeah, and people say that to me, why Irish people are so funny. And like I perform as well. Like I'm usually the only Irish person on the lineup.
Yeah.
Which is crazy when you think about that. Like it's being back here and sharing a stage with Ashley B and Kevin O'Sullivan and us having all these people from Ireland. I'm like, it's so different, you know. And people are like, why are you so funny? And I'm like, because there's nothing to do. Think like, and now again I see Ireland's change and Ireland's transformation into like it's modern and there's other opportunities and there's like, you know, parks and whatever else, but like and sea swimming has become a math, which is beautiful. But like back in when we were, there was nothing to do.
No,
you had
but
to
you
have
could
a laugh.
still swim in the sea and go to parks.
But you were a weirdo if you did.
That's
know,
true,
like, it's
yeah.
like now it's much more wholesome and wellness is a thing. And
Yeah, that's
holistic
true.
therapy is a thing, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like fantastic. But
It's
back-
not just drinking in the pub.
you
It's the
know,
only
back,
outlet for
we're
everything.
that generation where it's like we didn't get that. It was like you're gay. That was gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the most random, not at all in homosexuality sense, but you know that like
No.
that's gay. So it was like for me, I'm like when people say why are you so good cracking, I'm like because we had nothing. We used to hang out like let's go to the chemist. We used to hang out at a chemist, and everyone would just be sitting chatting.
That's where my brother works now.
The chemist.
It's come full circle. Yeah, you just walk into. We used to hang out in like the food court,
Yeah,
which is
outside Super Value.
and just
The
be
back
moved
wall.
along.
Yeah.
Someone to just
All these
move you along.
places, yeah. The big tree, the back wall, the farmer's bridge. Just like these places where you would just go.
Yeah, where there's nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
There was just nothing. And we'd all just sit there. There was no phones. I mean, that's insane to
Yes.
think about now.
That gay comment reminded me of that story. Yeah, I was on Agile years ago and we were watching the Eurovision. Do you remember Ireland's entry to the Eurovision was 2 gay men a few years ago? I think it was in Russia. No, it wasn't Jedward.
Are they? Oh yeah, they're twins,
They're
not gay. Oh yeah.
I always mix those two things up, twins and gay. When Pride Festival's on, it's like, it's good for the twins that they're out there doing their thing.
Do you think twins should have equal rights?
I don't believe triplets exist. But quadruplets, they're real. They should have equal rights. Twins should allowed get married. Twins should allowed get married.
Twins should be allowed to get married.
But I was on the island and we're in an old man pub and they're watching the Eurovision and the gay guys came on. I think it was when it was in Russia and it was all very like provocative. But all the lads at the bar were like making comments about, 2 gay boys being on. The Eurovision is like the gayest thing in the world.
It's the gayest thing in
If
the
you're a
world.
70-year-old man sitting in a pub in Achill watching the Eurovision, you can't
You're
be like,
gay.
whoops, fucking, whoa. This isn't the Ireland I grew up in. We used to watch just Johnny Logan, a man's man,
A real dude.
Dana, that'd
Dana.
fucking set
absolutely
some
right.
hair on your chest. No, not this 2 men prancing around at the Eurovision.
The most
Hosted by
esteemed
Graham
musical
Norton.
contest. Yeah.
Yeah. A fucking man's. It was just weird. They all, and the pub was packed. They were all down to watch it because again, there was nothing else to
There's
do.
nothing else to do.
They're just going to the pub and the Eurovision.
Yeah. There was it was like a thing,
It was
It's
something we used to be good at.
even the Olympics. I remember the Olympics.
Yeah.
The Sonny O'Sullivan one.
Yeah.
We watched it in school.
Yeah.
We went to the PE hall and everyone just watched it.
I can't remember the details now, but I remember it was a very funny story. It's a priest called Sonia O'Sullivan a slut because she had a child out of wedlock.
Fair
And he
enough.
had to apologise for him.
Fair enough.
He had to
Couldn't agree.
apologise for it, and I feel like it's a watershed moment of like, that's the downturn of the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
And it's really funny reading his apology because if you read in between the lines, he's like, I didn't realise that things had changed now. The day that I can't call an unmarried woman a slut is not for me anymore. This is
the word of God. I'm merely the messenger.
It was like 1999. He was like, I've been doing this my whole life. What are we talking about? What?
Oh my God.
She's a
please.
woman. Am I crazy?
Inferior?
She's already a slut, first of all, because she's a woman. So
Have you seen what she runs in?
yeah.
You're lucky you can run fast, love. Wearing those shorts.
Shocking.
It's so bad. Fanny
Yeah.
Sullivan was a G.
Yeah. Is she from Cork?
I think she's from Cork.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
if she definitely was.
But I don't know. I feel like we've gone all
through
over
it.
the place. Yeah.
We did it.
Is there? So you've got your show is in the
Opera
Cork
House.
Opera House in February.
17th of February.
That's fantastic. The Opera House is a
Thank you.
beautiful venue.
It's exciting. And it's a big moment for me going back to Cork doing the Opera House. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's huge. That's so unexpected.
But your shows have been selling out lickety split.
Yeah.
That's what someone said to me in the street the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it was from the
Lickety.
1940s.
I went in a time machine.
Yeah,
so that
yeah,
was
yeah.
nice.
He was like, do you still say lickety split in the year 2023?
Yeah, they've been moving, man. I mean, that's
absolutely.
thanks to Instagram, like thanks to the parish, thanks to people who
Yeah,
follow
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Like they are hardcore. They're amazing. They've
Sweet.
gotten me to where I needed to be.
You're in the Coco Comedy Club, the Randy.
November, that's sold out.
Yeah.
That's already sold out. I'm going back actually in July, and for a week it hasn't been announced yet, but it'll be like a different experience. I'm just hosting all the shows.
You're just emceeing it.
Yeah, so I
Nice.
love hosting.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. And I don't feel like it's hard. I don't feel like I'm going up to do minutes. I'm just like, this is just me talking to everyone.
It's so easy. Or not even, you know.
You're
I
like
know
afraid
exactly
to
what
say
you
it to the
mean.
comedy gods. You're like, not easier. Well, yeah.
Not even
that's
that. It's kind of, for me, yeah, like, because we run our comedy club.
That's
and
cool that you do it in Temple Bar, eh?
Yeah, but you kind of flip a coin. You're going in, you're like, it's such a funny thing because you're like, I'm not feeling doing 15 minutes of jokes. I'd rather just do an hour of
crowd
for
work.
some reason it just feels easier.
Because you're literally just chatting. You're not thinking. It's like almost like improv play.
And at any point where you're like, you know what, I'm not feeling it. Anyway, here's your next act.
Yeah.
Which I don't do that. That's bad practice.
That's bad hosting.
That's bad.
For warming
That's
them up.
literally the worst.
That's not what you're supposed to do as a host.
Oh yeah, that one bombed. Anyway,
Yeah.
here's fucking your act for the night.
And to bring the room up from the lull, please welcome to the stage. Yeah.
I was doing a gig recently at a place, and we got down there, and the MC was like, he was like, yeah, you know, I just go up and like try stuff I've been working on that week, and it doesn't, you know, it'll bomb at some point. Usually at that point, I'll just bring the acts up. And like literally saying that to people as they walk in, you're like,
it's your
the
job.
opposite.
It's the
of
opposite.
what you've somehow.
That's going to a butcher and giving me a live animal. That's
you've
not
somehow completely fucked it.
It's mental, isn't it?
Also, the self-awareness to be like saying it to people.
Yeah. Or maybe unself. I don't even know.
I don't know. Yeah, because missing and be like, yeah. Usually I'll just like tank it into the ground, and then I bring you guys up to like.
I just hula hoop for a while and bring somebody up. Like, there's no sense to it.
Been doing this for a couple of months, and it doesn't work. But you know, you guys.
I gotta keep trying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going back emceeing for that. I'm going to be in the Marina in Cork with Gym Plus Coffee as well on June 11th.
Nice.
Doing a panel thing there, so that's cool. So I'm back and forth to Ireland a lot actually this year.
Sweet.
I'm going to be in Zurich in next month in June as well for 4 nights in that theatre, so that'll be nice.
Very nice.
So yeah, just it's moving, thank God, moving. And still a barista, still doing my coffees in the morning, so.
Sweet as.
Yeah, that'll be kind of a big, I think once I can do comedy full time, that's the biggest kind of, you know.
Yes. I keep forgetting it's not the middle of the night. It's very early in the day.
Yeah,
we could go get some coffee. There's a really, really nice coffee place.
Is it called the Coffee Roasters?
It's called Unfiltered.
Oh.
He's very fancy.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm a very fancy lady, can you know?
Well, yes. But that's fantastic. I'll put a link to your
tickets for the Opera House.
Tickets for all the gigs coming up.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm sure we have at least one fan in Zurich.
Yeah, for sure. There has to be somebody there for sure.
But Cork, yeah. But sweet. It was lovely talking to you.
You lovely talking to you too, Kevin. Thank you for having me on.
No problem.
Bye.
Good luck.
Good luck. Bye.
I hope all these things are still working.
Imagine we didn't take. That was fun.
That was good, right? Now,
Yeah.
let's do the real one.